Hello, hypothetical audience. I'm JJNW'S. Is my hand in there? Yeah, there we go. I'm JJNW'S Ghost. Welcome to my corner of the internet. So today, Nintendo officially confirmed their E3 pros. I mean, I think they'd already done that, but they said the day and the time. I believe the day is going to be the 15th. I know it's that Tuesday, which I'm 99% sure is June 15th. They said it's going to be 9 a.m. Pacific. I live in Oklahoma. I live in Central Time. I work in Pacific Time. I usually start my day at about 9:30, and it's going to be a 40-minute presentation. So essentially, I'll be able to watch the presentation and then go to work slightly later than when I usually start, but the firm doesn't usually start business till about really 8:30, so I'm not really missing anything, and I could probably get a little bit of work done anyways while I'm watching some parts of the Direct. But I just wanted to make a quick video, talk about some of the things I'm hoping to see at E3, specifically Nintendo's, because I have no idea what Sony's going to be doing. I don't think Sony's going this year. I think they've said they're not going to. So, not expecting anything from them, I guess. Don't know what to expect from Microsoft or Squeenix. Probably, the sequel to Final Fantasy VII Remake. I know they got their Yuffie episode, but like their proper episode 2 by Nintendo. So just kind of going through the list, some of the major series. Mario. What am I expecting there? We're just getting a new sports game with Mario Golf, so I'm not really expecting another sports title. I'm kind of expecting Mario Kart, though. Like, there's one on mobile. There's, what's it called? Like, Circuit Tour, the weird home VR thing, and there's 8 Deluxe. So there's kind of like 3 Mario Karts out right now. I was talking to my buddy about it the other day, and what he was saying was, he's like, every gen really has its own Mario Kart, so it's weird right now that the Switch kind of doesn't. Like, it's got Deluxe, but it's basically taking that from the Wii U, so it's not really the Switch's. We've got Circuit thing, but that's kind of like a gimmick, and then the mobile thing is mobile, it's not on the Switch. So I'm sort of expecting Mario Kart 9. I won't be shocked if we don't see it, but I think we might. We got a 3D collection, so I don't know if we'll get any remap. Maybe Galaxy 2, because is that the only 3D game that hasn't been remastered for the Switch? I mean, Odyssey hasn't been remastered because, it's Switch exclusive. It just came out a couple of years ago. But I'm blanking on other 3D games that aren't playable on the Switch, so maybe Galaxy 2. I don't think we'll get a new mainline Mario game. I mean, we also just got Mario Maker 2. So, and we just got Mario Maker 2. We just got 3D World and Bowser's Fury. So I think we're probably good on mainline Mario games. I would love another one, don't get me wrong, but I'm not expecting it. Zelda. We're gonna get Botwa 2, because they revealed it a couple years ago. Haven't heard. The only thing I think we've heard since is back in March. When was that direct? It was March, or it was February, because Myra and Pythra came out March 4th, because the direct was the previous month. Okay. So the last I think we've heard about Botwa 2 was in that February direct, where they said, well, we're not going to say anything about it, but later in the year. So, E3. We're going to see it. I feel like it's going to be the main focus. It's talking about, like, here's going to be some of the new mechanics going on in the game. Here's how Hyrule is different, and, et cetera, et cetera. I haven't played Breath of the Wild. I'm not an open world guy. I'm really not. So, I don't really know what to expect. I'm even less so than other people, but I feel like we'll get something. They announced Skyward Sword. I think, has the Skyward Sword remaster come out yet? I'm not sure if it has. But so that one's taken care of. I'm sort of expecting some kind of Zelda collection because the 35th anniversary. I don't know if it'll be like a 3D collection like with Mario, if it'll be a 2D collection, if it'll be like a hybrid, like here is your all-star Zelda games. Which, if you did that with the 2D games, you gotta have the first one because it's the OG. You gotta have Link to the Past because everybody loves it. It's all I can really. I mean, I can think of other 2D Zelda games. Don't get me wrong. Like Zelda 2, Minish Cap, the Oracle games. But the ones that are like these are the all stars. I can think of the first one, Link to the Past. 3D Zeldas. I can definitely make a case for Ocarina. Like if you make a collection and it's not limited to just the 2Ds, Ocarina is going to be on there, possibly with Master Quest. I could definitely see Majora's Mask. I could also see Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, but I feel like if you're going to do two 2D, two 3D, it's probably, the two 3D is probably going to be Ocarina of Majora's Mask. Especially because Wind Waker and Twilight Princess are now available for the Wii U, and so is Skyward Sword. What's left? DK. Apparently there's a rumor that the Mario Odyssey team is going to be making a DK game. Oh. That was really refreshing. That's it's a rumor. I don't know how much like credibility it has. I'd be down for it. My buddy and I, we've just started playing Tropical Freeze. The game is super fun. So, another 2D DK would be really cool, but since it's the Odyssey team, it could be a fully 3D DK. Which, I don't know how many of those there are. The only one I can think of is DK64, which I don't really like. If you've never played DK64, the big problem with it is you have 5 different Kongs you can play as. DK, Diddy, Chunky, Lanky, and Tiny, and each one can do, different stuff. And throughout the map, there's different, like a Mario game, you collect stars, so you collect giant bananas, and everyone goes, oh, banana, which I love, I think it's hilarious. But, some bananas are limited to certain Kongs. Instead of collecting coins, you collect, mini bananas. Those are also, you can only get them with certain Kongs, and it's really stupid, because you can't switch Kongs on the fly. That is the one problem with the game. You have to backtrack, go to a certain area, go all the way back, backtrack again, switch to another Kong, etc., etc. It's dumb. If they remade the game and fixed that, I want to say there's a port or remaster that does that. It might be a fan-made thing, I'm not sure. That'd make the game, 100 times better. So if they remade that, if that's what the Odyssey team is doing, and they fix that problem, that'd be cool. If not, and they just make a more, unique, I don't want to say unique, but, an original Donkey Kong game that's in full 3D, that'd be cool. Since the Odyssey team, I'd expect Pauline to do something, which would be kind of weird, because I don't know if we've ever seen humans in a Donkey Kong Country game, but I'm by no means an expert on that. I just hope we see K. Rool again. I'm so glad he's in Smash. I'll talk about Smash in a bit, but I love him. He's perfection. I just love how goofy he is. He literally has a taunt where he just goes, and it gives him super armor. He has a super armor taunt because it is toxic, because it is goofy. I love it. Pokemon, we've already got our Pokemon games announced. Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, and Legends Arceus. I know it's Arceus, but I like the way Arceus sounds more, and this is my corner of the internet, so that's what I'm going to call him. We already got the release dates confirmed, which was weird, because I remember waking up, looking on Twitter, and the Pokemon Twitter was like, hey, you can pre-order this when it comes out. Hey, you can pre-order this when it comes out. And I was like, did I miss something? Did I miss a direct? What happened? And I was looking through Twitter, and other people were saying the same thing. So we might get additional trailers for those games. I think probably not a whole lot of extra, big stuff, but just hey, just in case you didn't see it on Twitter, game, this is when it comes out, buy please. Metroid, and they said it specifically, I think they said it's going to focus on 2021 releases, maybe not exclusively, so maybe there's something on Prime 4. I don't think that comes out this year. It could, but I don't know. I think it might be next year. If Breath of the Wild 2 is the big release of this year, next year I think could be Metroid Prime 4. So we might get something. I feel like people have been waiting long enough for it that they should, if they have anything. I don't think we'll see anything more on Splats 3. I don't think there's a new Xenoblade game coming out, but if they announced a remaster of the Xenosaga games, I would be way too into that. Because I really want to play those. I have the first one on the PS2, but I don't have a working PS2 right now, so I can't play it. But I'm really interested in checking them out, so if they said, hey, we're remastering them for the Switch, or at least here's the first one, I don't want to say I'd get it in a heartbeat, because I'm playing through the Trails games right now. That's my, game project. But it would definitely be up there for me. No More Heroes 3 is coming out in August. So I don't really think they're going to show anything more of it. They might maybe like a quick reminder, hey, it's coming out. Speaking of trails, please Nintendo, please Falcom, translate Crossbell. I know the Geofront patch like just came out, so I think it's for Azure because I think they already did it for Zero. So I know you can play Crossbell and have it translated, but it would just be so much easier if I could just buy it on my Switch and play it. So please, like when there's that part of the direct where it's like, here's a bunch of other stuff that's not like our big announcements. Here's this game and this game. Just throw Crossbell in there. Just Trails Zero, Trails Azure. I'll be a happy boyo. I really will. Speaking of boyos and poyos, Kirby. I don't know if I said anything about Kirby. I love me some Kirby games. I really, truly, sincerely do. Not quite sure if I'm expecting it, but I feel like we're due for one in maybe the next like a year or two. I really would love to see a fully 3D game. Mostly because I have no idea how it would play. Oh, the lights flickered. That's not a good sign. But, I mean, like I said, I'm not a big open world guy, but the idea of just fully exploring a Kirby map, because they're just so pretty and just always bursting with life, that to me sounds incredibly appealing. I would love to check it out. I can't think of anything else to talk about besides Smash, so I'll just go ahead and go into it. I think we get the last two characters, because usually at E3, they tend to reveal a couple characters. Like with Smash 4, when they first announced it, they showed 3 newcomers: Villager, Mega Man, Wii Fit. The next time, they showed a lot. They showed the 3 Mii Fighters, which they introduced as 1, but also kind of 3, but the Mii Fighters, Palu, and Palu's video also showed Dark Pit. It didn't confirm that he was playable, but it kind of hinted that he might be playable, and then he was, so Dark Pit. They also showed Pac-Man. And then with Ultimate, they showed Daisy and Ridley. So like they confirmed the game, everyone is here, Daisy and Ridley. Next year, Hero, Banjo, and Kazooie. Last year, there wasn't an E3, but they probably would have showed Min Min because she came out in June, and they probably would have gone ahead and revealed Steve, who came out in October, which is not that late after. Like, Banjo and Kazooie came out in September, so was it? I think it was mid-September, so I mean, October's not that too far away from that, so they probably would have done it. So I would be surprised if we didn't get the last 2. There's a current theory going around that maybe there'll be one final extra character. I would love that. I don't put a lot of stock into that. Okay, that's a lie. I do put a lot of stock in that because I want it to happen. But it's hope for the best, expect the worst. So I think we're going to get 2. Of those 2, there's a lot of people it could be. The names I tend to hear the most, like, alright, we might get an FPS character, we might get Doom Guy, we might get Chief. You know, if we get Master Chief, as I've heard it said, we get the... I'm trying to make a Triforce with my fingers is not really working. But as I've heard Papa Gino say, you know, God bless that man, I love his videos. It would be the Microsoft Triforce, their trifecta of Master Chief, Steve, because they own Mojang and Minecraft. I don't know if they fully own Mojang, but they at least own Minecraft, and of course they own Rare, so Banjo and Kazooie. So it would kind of work. Ryu Hayabusa is a character that's been talked about for a long time. I know Verjabin, the guy who, you know, is the Smash leaker, at least for Ultimate, has said that there's been negotiations with Koei Tecmo, has no idea if it's a character. Koei Tecmo has gotten stuff in the game. I've heard that Three Houses was developed by Koei Tecmo, so that would make Byleth kind of their representative-ish. They developed Persona 5 Strikers. There's a spirit of a character from that game. I think her name's Sophia. Still really need to play that game, but again, Trails. What's the other one? Age of Calamity. What was that? Oh, it was Vomit. Age of Calamity they developed. There was a spirit event for that. It's possible we get an Age of Calamity character in the game. Like maybe Breath of the Wild 2 Zelda. It's something I've heard too, especially if there is going to be a first-party rep. Don't really know who else they'd throw in for a first-party rep. I would love Bandana Waddle Dee. Like I said, huge Kirby fan. I still think it's weird that Dixie Kong isn't playable. I mean, again, if this is like Nintendo All-Stars, she's in the most popular Donkey Kong country, and, you know, DKC2 is one of the 2 playable characters. Like, I feel like she is the 3rd main Donkey Kong character, so it's kind of weird that she's not here. Okay, the 3rd main Donkey Kong character is K. Rool. No, that's fair. After him, I'd probably put Dixie. I'm kind of expecting her. Like I said, Bandana Waddle Dee, that's my boy. Maybe a Pokemon rep? Like, I think I've said this in the previous video. I love the Galar Pokedex, so I would love a Galarmon. I would love Cinderace. It'd be kind of miffed that we still don't have a playable Grass starter, or at least that's fully evolved, but I love Mick Chungus, man. That's my boy. I would not complain. Who are some other characters that have been talked about? I don't really hear Dante thrown around a whole lot in terms of like rumors and stuff, but people love Devil May Cry. People would be happy to see him, and his like splash art would have to say something about how the game's like just like now featuring Dante. That would be hilarious. All the props to them for if they do that. The Lloyd Mii costume has still not shown up in the game. It is the only. I don't know if it's just the only Mii costume period from Smash 4 that hasn't shown up, or the only third party. It's one or the other, possibly both. They're not mutually exclusive. But I know he's the only third party Mii costume to not show up yet. And those costumes have been kind of slowly but surely making their way through the Fighter's Pass. It is entirely possible Lloyd is saved for last because he was just saved for last. There's nothing else there. Was I saying last? I meant to say last with a T, but I think I added an S. Anyways, possible he was saved for last just because that's how the cookie crumbled. Also possible they saved him for last because he's upgraded. He will be one of the last 2 playable characters. I love Symphonia, one of my favorite games of all time. I would love a full remake of the game just so I could re-experience it. And like, in like full glorious HD and everything, but like I love it so much. I've been wanting Lloyd for a long time. I wanted Lloyd since Brawl. The 2 characters that if these are the last 2 characters for the game, the 2 I would want, Lloyd Irving and Sora. I really don't think Sora's getting in because we already got someone from Squeenix on this pass. So I'd be surprised. I would be shocked. Especially because you also have to negotiate with Disney, which is just extra. I don't know how difficult that is, but just because of all the extra steps, I don't know how feasible he really is, much as I want him. With Lloyd, yes, anime swordsman. No, I don't care. I love anime. I love swordsman. I love anime swordsman. He would be such a fun character. Just the way his moves combo together so like seamlessly in Symphonia would be amazing for Smash. But if I'm a betting man, which I am, I do love gambling. I mean, I play gacha games. I play Faygo. I've collected Pokemon cards as a kid. I still collect cards. I love gambling. I don't gamble with like big crazy amounts. Like I'm not stupid. I'm not crazy, but I love a little bit of gambling here and there. But betting man, 2 characters I would put my money on. I think they're gonna do what they did with Hero and Banjo. I think they're gonna have like, here's a big character for Japan, for the East. And to counter it, here's the big character from America, from the West. Here you go. I think for the East, it's going to be Reimu. I think we're getting Toho. The reason I say that is 3 reasons. 1, I like Toho. Please give me my Toho character for Toho music. 2, there was a leak, but there was like a rumor a couple years ago, I think. It was around the time the pass was actually being finalized, as we found out in the Curtis video. Curtis is what I call female Byleth. Don't worry about it. But when the soccer was talking about Curtis, he said, oh yeah, like we were finalizing the second pass around November. Which around this rumor came out, it was apparently a guy who like knows some Toho stuff, who was saying, he's like, oh yeah, Toho's gonna be in Smash. Here's like all the music, and it was like a stupid amount of music. And I remember people were like, "What? Why would they put that much music in? I mean, we get it, Toho music is fire, but that's unreasonable." And then Terry came with like 50 songs, so maybe. I've heard some conflicting things about how much credibility that dude actually has, so maybe that's why the rumor kind of fell to the wayside, or people just forgot about it. But I have it because I want Toho. I think I said 3 reasons. 1, I want Toho. 2, the rumor. 3 is the glitch, because there's this weird glitch in the game right now, like with projectiles, how they don't always work, or it's like you will see a projectile just phase through a character when it should hit, and as soon as I realized that was the thing, I was like, is this for Reimu? Are they putting in some kind of mechanic, like because the whole thing is dodging projectiles, or like the Graze mechanic where you want to get as close to a projectile as possible to up your score but not get hit? Did they give her some kind of stupid mechanic? Oh, please, that's going to be amazing. So I'm betting on that. If it is Reimu, her reveal trailer to me is probably going to be one of two things. One, it'll be some big kind of World of Light thing, and maybe Galeem like does his super shooting everybody to turn them into trophies, stickers, spirits, whatever. And then, Reimu's just touching everything, unleashes a spell, or like just unleashes a spell card and clears the screen. Or Bad Apple. They would actually like remake the Bad Apple video where it's like everyone is in like these black silhouettes and they're just kind of dancing to the music, and then the character will like dance, do something, that it seamlessly transitions to the next character, and they do that with like a smash invite and it ends up with Reimu. That would be sick as hell. The other character tried to end the video quickly before my camera does its weird thing. It's Crash. I haven't talked about him yet because I'm saving him for now. I would be shocked. Like I said, a betting man. I don't know how much I'd really bet on Reimu as much as I want it. I would bet money on Crash. Can't guarantee, like, I haven't heard anything, but he's making a resurgence, man. Like, he's got his own mobile game. He's, he came back with Crash 4, and everyone was super happy with it. I think the Crash actor, the voice actor for Crash and Cortex have been like teasing that they had to do some big things together, which very much could be Smash. Doesn't have to be, but it could be. I just feel like with how big Crash is becoming again, it's gotta happen, man. Like, this has all gotta be leading up to something. I mean, it doesn't have to be, just because he had a big game come out does not mean he's coming into Smash, but I really feel like Crash Badooka is coming. And I am so excited. Just go, wow! But anyways, that's all I have. I'm hoping I can maybe stream the Nintendo thing. I will if I can, but we'll see what happens. See you.